The Moon Boys now prepared to attempt to defend the $40,000 level for Bitcoin. A successful fake-out, breakout, mommy makeout at these levels would surely enable Bitcoin to retest 43K and attempt a move at the previous lower high, near the 200-day moving average. And with these massive momentum indicators signaling Bitcoin bears are about to get diddled into oblivion, something extremely big is coming for Bitcoin. But how big? Bigger than a man's desire to eat a chicken chalupa from Taco Bell the night before a very first date and absolutely ruin everything, including his trousers. I'm a glizzy gobbler, and is Bitcoin right now transitioning into multiple months of upside? We have proof that something big may be about to happen, and it will leave your jaw absolutely gaping. So you guys new to the channel, make sure to like, subscribe, miss these absolutely time-sensitive alerts. As well, if you guys are interested in any great deals or bonuses or securing your crypto, getting altcoins, staking with our ADA pool to earn rewards, trading, make sure to check out all the links below. I have one Twitter and one Instagram, and they're in my description of these videos, and that's my only social medias. And without any further ado, let's dump in. With Bitcoin right now breaching and touching the tip of about 43K earlier this morning, and now having a little bit of a dumpy down to the $41,000 range, will this now be a retest of 40K, and if so, successful? What would that mean? And will we have yet another shot to attempt this oh so critical level right here, and what that means? And is Bitcoin now entering a multi-month uptrend? So before we answer any of those questions and jump in all that, Bitcoin momentum strengthens despite short-term pause here. And with Bitcoin holding support, it's very similar to what occurred in late March before a 16% pump. And from here, a 16% pump would put Bitcoin, again, retouching exactly that 200-day moving average, exactly about $48,000 US. At which point, if it got rejected there, then you best believe Bitcoin would get absolutely dumpy. But if it broke there, massive pumpy. The RSI on the 4-hour chart declining from overbought, which typically occurs during a brief pullback, but if the support at 40K holds, if that does happen, Bitcoin could maintain absolutely this recovery phase. And initial resistance is seen at about 42.4, where sellers were active in earlier day trading. However, though, the RSI is rising from oversold levels with strong momentum indicating a rise in bullish sentiment. And also, very important here, halfway there, 744 days left until the next Bitcoin halving. Why is this important? Just a few weeks ago, it became evident that there would only be 2 million Bitcoin left ever to be issued out of the total 21 million. And the halving, again, further reduces the output of these Bitcoin that are mining rewards. Reducing supply typically results in surging demand, which basically means you cut the supply, and demand has in the past gone up, and the price has also followed. Price has gone up significantly, and usually peaks about a year or about within 1.5 years after the halving. It usually peaks. So basically, if you buy in at the halving, that has not been a horrible time to buy in, and then wait about a year, about 500 days or so, a year and a half. And many good gains have come out of that in those periods after the halvings. And as well, Bitcoin investors eyeing that 200-day moving average after a 3-day rally. And this is very big. So daily chart showing that Bitcoin rising from 38.5 to 42.2 or even 43 earlier today. And it did defend the Ichimoku cloud support. It held the cloud-based support near 40K and has generated an oversold buy signal from the daily stochastics after a 3-day rally, supporting a short-term bullish bias. And the daily MACD as well is pinched, reflecting improved short-term momentum that supports a move higher toward next resistance at about 48K, which is exactly where that 200-day moving average is, which is exactly what we just talked about right here. Okay, break this, we cement yet another higher high, which would again be the third or the second higher high of the last 2.5 months, of which this is potentially the beginning of a new uptrend instead of a dumpy downtrend. And as well, the MACD histogram is used to identify trend changes. And as well, we're seeing a pinch here, which could be that switcheroo from bearish or bullish exhaustion to bearish exhaustion. And as well, this is very big here. Is Terra's buys of Bitcoin, as they've become one of the new biggest Bitcoin whales, is it going to affect Bitcoin? But more importantly, they say here, things are about to get very spicy here. Bears beware. And again, as the DXY looks as though it's about to show weakness, this could be absolutely huge for Bitcoin. We're talking about like once every 2 years or so, a bullish change to flip to bullish here, as we've been very bearish, or Bitcoin's been pretty bearish over the last year, or at least sideways. Honestly, a little more bullish than you would expect, considering how much the DXY has risen. But yeah, I mean, again, a lot of people I think everyone already knows this now about the DXY, but if we do see the DXY get rejected at one of these 2 points, I just don't see how Bitcoin does not go on a monster rally if that would happen here. So that's just absolutely very important. And as well, so we look at Bitcoin on the weekly chart. Again, we're still holding all of this support here. We're still technically setting higher lows. We still have this MACD on the weekly intact in terms of this switch that we saw, this flip. In fact, you can see, if we zoom in real close, we had this bullish cross just at the end of March, and so far it has not crossed back over into a bearish position there. But as well, we've seen that this hidden bullish divergence we've been watching on the weekly chart for a long time still has yet to play out. And again, just a lot of bullish potential for Bitcoin here. When it happens, it's going to happen very fast, and we have not seen it happen. To be fair, we have not seen much happen for Bitcoin over the last year and a half. We've had 2 like macro waves up. Actually, I guess 1 macro wave up, and that was back at the end of the summer into the beginning of 2022, where we saw a move from about 29K up to about 69K, so about a $40,000 pump. Nice. But overall, again, it's been straight dumpage for months and months and months. It's been straight dumpage for the entire year of 2022. And no matter if this is going to be a prolonged bear market or if it's not, either way, we still should be getting some sort of relief here, period. Okay. Markets never move in one way only forever unless it's like a rug pull, obviously, right? But most importantly, again, we see Bitcoin approaching the top of this triangle. Again, a lot of people see this as a bear flag, and it's absolutely possible. Okay, nobody knows for sure. This could absolutely be a breakdown to that 30K range we've been talking about as a very worst case scenario. But again, a lot of people are expecting that. A lot of people have been very bearish on Bitcoin. The trend absolutely has been bearish for a long time. But the point of this, is this the beginning of a trend change? Which very seldomly or very rarely people actually spot the trend change right away. Usually, by the time the majority of people agree that the trend has changed, by the time majority of people agree, okay, we're bullish again, usually by that time, it's already been pretty bullish for a fair amount of time. So, for example, let's say we do end up moving up here and we break 50, 52, and we cement and break this lower high from back in December of 2021. Let's say we do something like that, and we continue like this for the next 2 or 3 months, and we attain 60, 70, maybe 80K again. A lot of people won't be getting bullish until all of that has already happened, okay? So it's very rare that people actually turn bullish at the bottom. Actually, the opposite. Usually people get the most bearish at the bottom. So basically, what I'm saying there is, if this is truly the bottom, it makes more sense that more people would be saying, no, this is a bear flag. No, we're about to go much lower. That is exactly what I want to hear people say in my comment section. I don't want to hear people saying, no, it's guaranteed we're going to be going up, because usually they would be wrong and we wouldn't go up. So the more people I have telling me, no, we're about to break down, the more I think, okay, good, maybe we actually do have a chance of breaking up then. Okay, because again, majority of people are wrong. I don't know everything, but the people in the YouTube comments absolutely don't know anything either. So always keep that in mind. You might read a YouTube comment that says, oh, we're guaranteed to break down with 2 likes or something. Take it with a grain of salt. Take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Take what everybody is saying with a grain of salt. But the more I hear people bearish on Bitcoin here, the more I think maybe this actually is the bottom. And again, I think that we're very, very, very close in terms of time, the length of time that has elapsed, that we are ready to make a move to the upside here. But again, it's very dependent on the DXY failing momentum here and going down. That's absolutely very key. Again, if you would pull out one simple thing that would kind of dictate the most, I think, it would probably be this. And I think that's why everyone's talking about it as well. So if you guys are new to the channel, easily like, subscribe, turn on those ghost notifications, absolute time-sensitive alerts. As well, if you guys are interested in any deals, bonuses, trading, getting altcoins, securing your crypto, or joining our stake pool, make sure to check out all the great offers below. A lot of big things. This is absolutely the time I'm accumulating and staying in the space, right? It's really boring. It's extremely boring, but this is not when you want to stop paying attention, because next thing you know, let's say I took a vacation for the next week and a half and I didn't look at the chart for the next week and a half. Those are exactly the type of situations that I come back and I look at the chart and think, wow, when did Bitcoin get to 50,000? When did it get to 55, 60,000? It can happen that quickly. So, even though it's boring, you got to force yourself to have crypto brain disease and just stare at the charts, because that is how you make the best plays, you get the best entries, and you potentially make the biggest gainers. And if you do think we're going to be in a bear market for the next year and a half, then a lot of people trade that, because you cannot make a lot of money holding if we're in a bear market. So that's why people do some trading. And again, there's links here for simulated trading where you don't even have to spend a single penny, which I absolutely recommend 100% not using any money to trade before using money to trade. Okay, you want to practice before you actually try that. But thank you for the cube. It's for me.